Hell is so hot. Hell is hot. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imai and today's BTV Tuesday. BTV is a series on my channel where we talk about an episode of a TV show. It's been mostly cartoons, but you can switch it up if you want, while I put my makeup on. Hi. Okay, so I know I was gone last week. I put up a poll saying, do we want to watch Clone High? Do we want to talk about super scary episodes of shows? Or do we want to revisit my hottest takes? And y'all voted for Clone High. It was kind of neck and neck, honestly, with scary episodes. I'm gonna get to all of that, but I posted the poll and then I kind of disappeared. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I'm going through it at work. It's not like usual like work stuff. Maybe one day I'll be able to tell the story of what's currently happening, but I can't right now. But I am going through it at work, so that's something that's happening with me. But yesterday, I'm filming this on Sunday the 5th, so yesterday, Saturday the 4th, was my birthday, so I kind of wasn't thinking about YouTube all last week, because I got stuff going on at work, and then I gotta figure out what I'm doing for my birthday, but I vowed to myself at 23, like, I'm gonna take breaks, like, once every few months, and I'm gonna be posting more content that's not just Beat TV, because I don't want you guys to get bored with me posting the same thing, and I don't want to experience burnout from doing the same thing. So there's gonna be more videos. My upload schedule is usually, I aim to do Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays. I think I'm just gonna do Tuesdays and Thursdays until I get to a place where I can incorporate a third day, but right now it's just gonna be Tuesdays and Sundays. I know you guys don't like when I do like simple looks, but I just got this new palette from Morphe, and y'all know I'm a neutral girly. They're so pretty, so I have to use them. So today we are watching Clone High. We're watching season 1, episode 10, Litter Kills, Literally. This aired on MTV in 2003 for one season, and it ended on a cliffhanger, and I'm kind of upset about it. But I heard that they were talking about rebooting it, but then it never went anywhere, so I gotta like look back into it. But hopefully they like reboot it with all the same people, because that would make my soul happy, even though I don't even like reboots. I'm just rambling. Let's get started. Hey, it's me in editing. I know, so early in the video, but I forgot to mention in the intro of the episode, they kept doing this thing where it's like, hey guys, we fully didn't introduce a new character to kill off for this, but it's the joke. That's what they did. So I felt like it was important to add that in for whatever reason. All right, back to the video. Bye. So the episode begins and Cleo and Abe are in the courtyard with a bunch of other people. I'm guessing it's lunchtime. AFK and Ponce de Leon. Don't ask me who he is, because I don't know. Y'all know I don't know nothing. But of course he's French. Let's Google it. Let's see who he was. Oh my God. I said French. This man is Puerto Rican. Wait, huh? He's Spanish? Oh, okay. So he's a Spanish guy that came to Puerto Rico and took over. People like he came with Christopher Columbus, I think. So F that guy. He was a colonizer. So I don't care that he dies. Spoiler alert, he dies. So JFK and Ponce are just in the courtyard, and they're just doing best friendy stuff and just littering all over the courtyard. They're knocking over trash cans. They're just being dicks for no reason. They're just talking about how littering is so cool. Like, I know everyone has their thing that's like, that they do that might be a little bit unethical, but littering is something I will literally never understand, because you can't hold it. You can't wait. Like, my car is literally a trash can because I refuse to litter. So JFK and Cleo just strike up a conversation. It's just this weird, really awkward interaction just because they are exes and Cleo is dating Abe now. And JFK actually like makes fun of Abe for not littering. So in the hallway, Abe and Cleo, why does my... I let the foundation sit for too long, and look, you could see the little squiggle of where I laid it out. Oh, that's annoying. But Abe and Cleo are walking hand in hand, and Ponce is kind of telling them, like, you know, you should just giving Abe advice, like, you should take her somewhere special. And he's telling Abe about how JFK is almost over Cleo, and Abe is just really appreciative. He's like, you know, everyone deserves a good friend like you. Just really kind of hammering in that Pons is a good guy. Just so that we can grow some sort of attachment to him before what happens to him happens. So they're establishing the B plot of the episode, and Gandhi comes up in his orange tracksuit, and he's just talking about how stylish he is, like whatever, just establishing the B plot. And Pons is like, you know, you guys are awesome. If I never see you again, just know that you guys are amazing. Like, just kind of setting up that he's gonna die. So I'm just gonna tell you guys the B plot because y'all know I don't really go through the B plot. If that bothers you, let me know and I can start doing it, but too much powder. But Gandhi is in his new orange tracksuit. He gets kicked out of Joan. In the next scene, he gets kicked out of Joan's car because he littered. He threw out his like soda cup out of her car, and she's like, littering's not cool, get out of my car. He ends up on the side of the road with a bunch of prisoners who are also in orange tracksuits, but of course it's their prison like uniform. He gets taken away by the prison bus because they think he's one of the prisoners because he's in the same like orange like outfit as them. So back in the school courtyard, JFK and Ponzi are walking around like eating out of like these big like Halloween candy bags of chocolate, like it's individually wrapped chocolate. So they're eating the chocolate, littering the wrappers, and they're just like walking and talking. And Ponzi is talking about, you know, life, how there's so much life to live. He's just been pondering like his future. JFK is a little bothered by this for whatever reason. He because he just doesn't like that Ponzi's talking about his feelings. He said feelings are for sissy girls, and he didn't want to discuss feelings, and he's just getting very angry about it. And earlier back at the lockers, Ponzi was telling Abe how he was going to let JFK know how he feels about him, like he's such a great friend, he's so lucky to have him, and this is that conversation. So they're standing there eating the chocolates as they're going back and forth yelling at each other. JFK is like, I don't want to hear about your sissy girl feelings, and Ponzi's like, no, like life is short, I gotta tell you this before it's too late. And it's weird because all Ponzi was doing was like talking about his feelings, and Ponzi was like, you know, I want to tell you something before it's too late. And JFK was like, it is too late because you're dead to me. And I'm like, all this because old boy wanted to talk about his feelings and tell you that he appreciates you as a friend? That's a weird reaction. So at the end of the fight, Ponzi goes, I hate you, JFK. And they like bag up because they finished eating the chocolates because they were eating as they were arguing. Like they both slam their bags onto the very already littered ground. And JFK walks away right as Pons is about to like take back what he said. And Joan walks up and she's like, Ponzi, you gotta stop littering. I forgot to tell y'all that the gag was like, he's acting like the Fonz because Pons de Leon, Fonzie, whatever. She's just like, you gotta stop littering. Everyone is littering because they think it's cool because you're doing it. This palette has a ton of fallout. But yeah, Joan is like, you gotta stop littering. Everyone's littering because they think it's cool because you're doing it. And he's like, what is litter gonna kill me, as he slams another piece of litter onto the ground. All right, so I have the episode up and I gotta go through it and keep pausing so I could explain this insane death to y'all. So Joan walks away because she's unable to convince him to stop littering. So the wind blows in the courtyard and his hands are trapped in one of those like soda can thingies. You know, like the plastic thing that the 6-pack of soda comes in? His hands get trapped in that while the wind blows. The chocolate, like the foil chocolate wrappers that the chocolate was in, starts cutting up his face. The straw from a juice box stabs him in the neck. The bag that the individually wrapped chocolates comes in gets trapped over his head, and then he slips on a banana peel and falls back and hits his head on a jar. And then I think, so at the same time, he's bleeding out from the neck and asphyxiating on the bag of chocolates. And the bag of chocolate fills up with his blood because he's bleeding out through his neck, and he suffocates on his own blood. Girl, what? What? No. Our boy Ponce de Leon is dead in the courtyard because of the littering craze that he started. So the next day, I'm assuming, they don't put timelines on these, but I'm going to assume it's the next day. It is a memorial held for Ponce in the school gym, and the school janitor comes up and he talks about Ponce because Ponce was his son. And Principal Scudworth comes in and he's like, "Hey janitor, someone puked. Can you do something about that?" And he's like, "I'm kind of giving my son's eulogy." And Scudworth is like, "Ooh, but there's puke in the hallway. I need you to do something about that." Scudworth is an ass, bro. He literally says, "Your son will still be dead when you come back. Can you do it now?"
Your son will still be dead when you come back.
Hell is so hot. Hell is hot. And the janitor does it. He wheels his, I would have been like, off. So the janitor wheels out. This is way too white. The janitor wheels his stuff out, and it's JFK's turn to go up there and say what he has to say about Ponce, and he is having a bit of a breakdown, and he's wearing Ponce's pants, and he just doesn't want to come to terms with the fact that his best friend is dead. So he's like, "Get up, get out of the casket," like rips his body out of the casket, and everyone's just kind of looking at him like, let's get you some intense therapy, because this is not okay. Genghis Khan sings a song. He sings Ave Maria, and then the rest of the people who are at the memorial go back to class. But even at the memorial / funeral, I don't know why they held his funeral in the school gym, people were still littering, and Joan is giving like a speech like, "Come on, you guys, stop littering, you guys. Ponce died of litter, you guys." It's just a montage of JFK struggling. It's a montage of JFK just struggling to come to terms with the fact that Ponce is dead, and Cleo comforting him, even though that's even though she's Abe's girlfriend now. She's like going like she would. It's implied that she's doing too much to comfort him, like crossing boundaries that possibly Abe won't be okay with, like that kind of comforting him. Back at JFK's house, he is I don't want to say fantasizing. Hold on. Ponce comes to him like as a figure of his imagination and tries to speak with him, but JFK's stupid, so he thinks that Ponzi is a ghost or a genie, and he wishes to have his dead friend back. I can't do this while I'm filming. He wishes to have his dead friend back, even though Ponce was literally just a figure of his imagination in that moment, coming to like speak to him. Abe and Cleo go to the teen sex cove, which is where Ponce suggested that they go together before he died, and Cleo is still wrapped up in trying to comfort JFK that while they're like actually making out at the teen sex cove, JFK's in the backseat playing video games and he's being disruptive, and Cleo like as he's like crying and being upset over his friend, Cleo like keeps going back there to like comfort him, and of course it's getting on Abe's nerves because hello. So Abe storms out of the car. I always put on way too much setting spray. But it's Abe's car. He gets out of his own car and he goes back and hands them the keys, and he's like, "Just drop the car off at my house when you guys are done with this." I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna do my lashes, but I left them in my bathroom, so I'll be right back. Abe goes to Joan and tells her the situation, and they kind of come to the conclusion that Abe needs to apologize for being upset that Cleo was comforting JFK in his time of need. But I don't know, Cleo's just like a naturally like flirtatious girly, which isn't her fault. However, like when you have a partner and if you guys have established boundaries together, you can't teeter on those boundaries. I feel like that's kind of messed up to do. And she was teetering. But at the same time, Abe never got up and like verbally expressed like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable. Sorry, I'm looking for my brush so I could do my highlight. So I don't know, but they come to the conclusion that he has to apologize. So Abe walks up on JFK at the pier, and he's just like, you know, I apologize for being kind of a dick. Even though I feel like he was well within his right to be upset that his girlfriend was sort of crossing the line with her ex-boyfriend. So I'm drawing my moles back on. So they are kind of vowing to stop littering because, well, Abe suggests that they stop littering, and JFK was like, well, Ponzi loved littering, and Abe is just like, well, litter killed him, so he probably stopped loving littering when that happened. So the B plot wraps up, and Gandhi escapes prison with the inmates who are on death row, by the way, and they all meet up back at the high school, and they help the regular gang, help JFK and Abe and Joan clean up the litter because, you know, as inmates, they know a thing or two about cleaning up litter, is what they said. So they are cleaning up the courtyard in honor of Ponzi. Principal Scudworth sees that the courtyard is clean now. He goes, well, I guess we no longer need the janitor. So he fires the janitor, and the janitor was Ponzi's dad. So he's like, I can't lose my job. I just lost my son. Like, this job is all that I have. And Scudworth is like, oh well. So the team comes, not the team, the gang, the cast. This is so dark. Comes to the conclusion that littering is good in moderation because some people depend on littering for their jobs. What more can really be expected out of this show, you know? I used to be able to do the perfect nude lip the first time, every time. And now I struggle so hard, and I don't know what changed. That's what changed. Wearing a mask for 2 years. That might have been it. All right, let's see what we can do with this. So Cleo and JFK make up, and Joan is in the background being her usual sad self. If you've never seen Clone High before, Joan has a very, very obvious crush on Abe, and Abe is dating JFK, and it's like a whole thing. So, I don't know. I don't think that I can have commentary on this episode this week just because this show is meant to be ridiculous. So I can't make any criticisms of it because anything I can possibly say was like, duh, they did that on purpose. I don't know. I love this show. I think that this was one of the easier episodes to do just because some of it is so ridiculous that it's going to be hard to explain. But, yeah, this episode, I think this is probably like top 3. I know there's only 13 episodes in the series, but I think this episode is like top 3 in the episodes of Clone High. I don't know what you guys, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, any possible criticism is null and void. This show was meant to be ridiculous, and it is ridiculous. One thing I can say, though, is Cleo is a baddie. And I love that girl on TikTok. If I find her, I gotta post her here, who does TikToks, like, of Cleo. And she's just fantastic. But yeah, I think this is a really good show. Sorry, I'm playing with the clip that was in my hair. This was a really, really good show. This is like top 5 in my shows that I would recommend to people when I talk about the media that I consume. Clone High is very high up on that list. And I don't know. Thank you guys for being so patient with me while I was on my break and all of that. Thank you guys for understanding why I've been gone. You guys are so sweet to me, and you guys just wait for me to come back and we chat and have a good time, and that's always appreciated. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys for 2,400 subscribers. That's really cool, and I'm gonna try my best to stay consistent as time goes on. I'm 23 now, and I want to go into this year doing healthy things, creating healthy habits, and sticking to the things that I say I'm going to stick to. So yeah. And one thing too, It's like every month, like the past 2 months, I haven't been getting my YouTube checks because I've been inconsistent. So that money's just stacking up in my account. So I'm gonna make it a goal to hit a certain amount each month, and it's very attainable. I've always been getting like this close, and I know 1 or 2 extra videos would push me to meet that goal. It's just I'm not holding myself accountable, and I'm not talking with you guys about what's going on in my life, and I'm kind of leaving you guys in the dark. So thank you for being so for so understanding while I'm going like through what I'm going through currently. I love you guys so much. If you guys want to watch Clone High again, we can do so. Leave comments below about what you want to see next. I'm pretty sure my next video is going to be the scary episodes one. And I have a stoked video in my archives that's gonna come out soon. But yeah, so I think I'll definitely see you guys next week, but I'm gonna try and see you guys later in the week too, because I had a really good idea for a video, and hopefully it's something I can pull off. So I'll see you guys next time, and thank you guys for being so sweet and so understanding, and I love you guys very much, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and follow me on TikTok. I'm doing stuff on TikTok and Instagram now too. Okay, bye!